Hello Scorpio, and welcome to your January 2016 General Tarot Card Review. My name is Dee, of course, and of course with me again today is my dear friend Lucy.
Hello.
So we hope that you've taken the time to look over your year review for 2016. We have decided to go ahead and keep the cards that we have for each month and use them to kind of segue into each month. We pulled a card for each week. Lucy pulled a spread, I pulled a spread, and then we're going to review the two of them together. That way you guys have maybe a couple different reads that'll maybe resonate with a few of you. We also pulled an overall oracle card, which kind of flows along with it too. So we're going to start with Lucy's spread, and then we'll do mine. Okay. So for the month of January, Lucy pulled
The High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess is about mysteries and secrets, potential as yet unexplored, mysteries and secrets that become known to you for your benefit.
Okay. So for the month of January, I pulled the Two of Wands. Now, the Two of Wands talks about focusing your will and your energy to accomplish your dreams. It helps with the realization of your dreams, and that sometimes it may also come from a distance, because if you look, he's got the world in his hand and he's looking off to the distance. So when you combine the two of them, the High Priestess is all about esoterical and spiritual matters and being in tune with your intuition. So I really feel that this month you need to be in tune as you make decisions that you need to, and also be open to help from somebody who might embody a lot of the characteristics of the High Priestess, because some of this might even come from the distance for you guys. Okay. So for the first week, Lucy pulled
The Fool. Now, the Fool is a positive omen. Represents the very moment before creation. As you can see, he's juggling, dancing with all of the zodiac signs. He masterfully suspends all of them. It's about unexpected opportunities that can bring welcome changes to your life and making a major decision or choice.
So for the first week of January, I pulled the Devil. Now, the Devil is about opposing situations. It can be about being chained to something that you don't want to be chained to anymore, but you are. It can be about illusions. It can be allowing yourself to be chained to these situations and things that are not good for you, like addictions, such as food, smoking, drink, drugs, even sex can be that too. So I think that for this first week, there's going to be a few of you that are going to be fighting with all of your stuff that maybe even happened from New Year's Eve. But just really an opportunity for you to reflect over the year and make up your mind if you're going to let things chain you anymore. You know, it's time to move away from them. Because when you combine the two, the Fool is about new beginnings and going on an adventure. So I really feel that for whoever this reads for, you just need to not let these addictions and chains hold you down. You need to be open and childlike like the Fool, but yet know that you're in control. You have ways to get past these chains and these addictions. So focus more on the positive. Focus on ways to get help so that you can go out on this grand adventure that I really feel that you're going to be going on. For the second week of January, Lucy pulled
Temperance. Now, temperance is about the integration of opposites, like the water and the fire in the card. She's about the subconscious and the conscious. Shows the constant flow and balance that's needed to create harmony. Represents moderation, patience, compassion, diplomacy and cooperation that are needed to make decisions for the best of everyone concerned. So it's a balancing card is what it is. It's all about balance with temperance.
Which I think is interesting, because the week before you had the Fool, which talks about, he's balancing all these things and the unexpected changes, right,
and the infinite possibilities that comes with him. And then you have temperance
which moderates you.
which moderates you and balances you, and so you don't go from one extreme to the other.
So I think that there's going to be a lot of energy the first week, and then this will be the week where you kind of go, whoa, temper it down.
Yep.
Okay. So for the second week, I pulled the Sun. Now, of course, the Sun is the most positive card in the whole deck. Talks about celebrations, good things happening to you, a sense of freedom and joy, good news coming. And when you combine it with the energy of the Devil from the week before, I think that for some of you, you're going to make some positive changes and make some decisions to move away from some addictions in your life or things that are oppressing you, because the Sun's going to come out and going to show you guys ways, and be open to people talking to you and giving you help, because I really feel that once you decide to do that, things are going to go really positive for you. Now, for the second week, when you combine the reads, you have the Temperance and the Sun. Temperance, of course, is about balance and gentleness, and the Sun is good things happening. So I really think that for this read, it's all about positive things, balancing, looking at your life. For some of you, there might be some good news coming in. So I think that once you decide to balance and follow this, and especially with your emotions and the fire and all that, you're going to have a lot of good positive things happen for you. For the third week, Lucy pulled
The Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant represents spiritual matters. He is the bridge between the spirit and matter, which is us. As you can see, his arms are open, so that indicates he's willing to share his knowledge. One hand is raised upward, the other hand is pointing downward towards the earth. This indicates that he is the bridge between the two, and he's willing to, like I said, he's willing to share his knowledge. He could indicate help from somebody that you trust, or even an organization. He suggests conformity to the standards, the norms of the day. And he may represent that you have a need for a deeper understanding of your life.
So from the week before, you're going into from balancing act all to the deeper meanings of life and
spirituality and
I think it's good to be in touch with your spiritual side, especially when you're dealing with the unexpected changes, but the adventure that's coming along. So along with that balancing act is your spiritual side too. So for the third week, I pulled the Emperor. Now the Emperor is about leadership, power, stability. For some of you, it could mean that you have a position in your job that has a little bit more authority. It's about good influences coming your way. Now the Emperor is the one that all the suits come to, and he's the one that they come to for advice too. So for some of you, it may be an opportunity for you to be giving advice. So weigh your balance yourself and weigh things carefully when you tell people, because people are going to be listening to you. So when you pull the two of these together, wow, talk about a powerful set to draw together. You're dealing with two major masculine figures. And so I think for a lot of you, there's going to be weighing upon your spiritual matters. There's going to be maybe even some of you that are going to get a position of power or of authority in a spiritual matter, whether at your church or your place of worship, whatever that may be. So this is going to be a pretty weighty week for you, I really truly believe.
The Emperor could represent the help that's coming your way that you need in a spiritual matter. A trusted friend, an organization, what have you.
Right. So, I'm curious. I want to know what happens with that. So for the last week, Lucy pulled
the Ten of Wands. Now, the Ten of Wands is the full expression of that suit. It represents feeling overburdened, under pressure and strain. Okay. You could find that you've been overworking, so you might need to cut back a little bit and balance your life a little bit more. Be careful not to take on too much, okay? It's okay to step back and reorganize yourself or rethink the situation that you're in and find the help that you might need. so that you can continue on.
And when you pull the energies with the balance and then the Hierophant, spiritual, it's almost like you take on too much, but you need spiritual help too.
Yeah.
So for that week, I pulled the Nine of Wands. Now, this is about taking a rest, pausing, looking at your lifestyle and taking a much needed rest. It talks about carefully planning your next step.
Balance is required.
And then it's about the fact that there is success in sight, but there is a little more effort needed. When you combine the two, which is interesting, anytime Lucy and I pull the same suit or something, it's almost like a double whammy. So we truly believe that for this week, it's all about your job. It's an energy of creativity and all that too. So if you're taking on too much, you need to take a rest and a pause and really reflect upon what's going on in your life.
Step back.
And make some really good decisions. Take the time you're going to need to make decisions in your life, especially when it comes to that.
Yep.
So the interesting thing about you guys for this month is that you receive 6 major arcana cards between me and Lucy. And whenever we get that kind of a read, we feel that it's going to be a major month for you. So be aware that there's going to be some big changes. You need to keep yourself in balance. For some of you, it may be of revisiting of your addictions and changing them over. But yet it's a positive thing. You need to do this to grow. And there's no cups. It's not about emotions this month. It's not really about money for you. It's all about job and yourself.
And yeah, your inner
Truly
self.
believe that.
If you pull in the High Priestess, it's actually 7.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of major arcana. So, yeah, the
So
sun is shining on you. So,
yeah,
you know, go for it.
even though there's a lot of heavy things going on, I really feel that it's going to be a good month for you. So, for the major oracle card that we pulled, it's called Know That You Belong. And at the first I was like, what does this have to do with it? But I'm going to let Lucy read, and then it'll explain a little bit why.
You have place. You have purpose. You are special. Do not change who you are just so others might accept you. Do not dishonor your truth by allowing someone else to tell you who you must be. Change made just so you fit the expectations of social criteria, or a clique or group does not honor you. You do not need to change in order to belong. You are blessed, child of Gaia and the Great Spirit, and belong simply because you are.
What's interesting is we're talking about balance and spirituality and new adventures and revisiting your addictions and all these different things. And I think that for some of you, it'll even make you question who you are and might take your self-confidence down. But we're really trying to tell you to know that you do belong and that there is a plan and a purpose for you. So keep that in mind this month, that when you start to feel down or maybe you feel a little bit overburdened from different things going on in your life, there might even be some of you that might even feel like a spiritual oppression. But don't let that change who you are. Don't change who you are just for somebody else, for social conventions, like she said. Be who you are, be true to yourself, because you got a lot of good things going on, and you do belong. And you've got, like I said, a plan and a purpose. I don't know how much more to reiterate that. I'm not trying to, but I think it's important that you hear that. So Scorpio, let us know how your month goes. It's kind of interesting because this is my month too, so it'll be interesting to see how this all goes into play, because December pretty much has followed what's been going on for me, which is very interesting. But if you like us, go ahead and hit the like button. If you have any comments, go ahead and leave them, even if you feel that it might be something we may or may not want to hear. We had that happen on one of our other reads recently, and I'm glad. We need constructive criticism. We want this to be a situation where you guys get what you need out of this. It isn't about us. It's about you guys.
No, it's not about us at all.
So let us know what's going on this month. Respond, make a comment, and we'd like to know. So in the meantime, have a wonderful month and a wonderful beginning of the year. Wow, what a way to start for for some of you. So walk in peace, light, and love. And Lucy and I'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.